Hello. Am I audible? Am I audible? So today we'll have session on colorimetry and spectrophotometry. So in basically we will be covering the thing that is what is called photometry, where we actually measure the light. We simply just not measure the light. We just be interested to the measure light of a substance in the solution which absorb light. So basically we are interested in the absorbance and transmittance parameter of light. So by the end of the today session, you should able to you should able to answer what is photometry, what is the type of photometry, calorimetry, calorimetry, not calorimetry, it is calorimetry and its principle, Beer's law, Lambert's law, what is lambda max, difference between calorimetry and spectrophotometry, and the concept of blank, standard, and test. So start with the photometry. So photometry is, as I told, photometry is just the measurement of the absorbed light or transmitted light in context with our inner light of interest. Suppose when a light is passed through a colored solution, certain wavelengths are selectively absorbed, and the plot of the absorbance versus wavelength is called absorption spectrum of that compound in a solution. So the wavelength at which the maximum absorption occurs, it is called the lambda max. And this thing will come in the next slide also. And I'm just giving you the overview of the photometry. And this photometry comprises colorimetry, spectrophotometry, and nephelometry, turbidometry, atomic absorption spectrophotometry. So have you noticed why is a blue colored object is blue? Why it is so? और simply how do we see the colors? कि कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट का एक पर्टिकुलर कलर होता है तो वो वैसा ही क्यों दिखता है? Why it is so? why blue, why yellow, why black? So basically the absorption and reflection of light wave by the various material result in the human perception of the color. उसका जो रिफ्लेक्ट होता है आफ्टर एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ द सर्टेन वेवलेंथ, जो भी चीजें रिफ्लेक्ट होती है वो हम देखते हैं एज ए कलर स्पेक्ट्रम, वही हमारा परसेप्शन होता है. लाइक द मोस्ट मटेरियल एब्जॉर्ब लाइट ऑफ सम फ्रीक्वेंसी एंड रिफ्लेक्ट some frequency of light. So if a material absorb a certain frequency of light and that frequency will not be reflected, so its color will not be perceived by the absorber. And similarly, if the material doesn't absorb a certain frequency of light, so definitely that frequency of light will be reflected. And so the color will be perceived by the observer. So if all color of light is reflected by material, कोई मटेरियल है जिसने सारा ही कुछ रिफ्लेक्ट कर दिया, so it will appear white, as simple as it. And in contrast, if the all color of the light are absorbed by a material और कुछ भी उसने रिफ्लेक्ट नहीं किया, then it will look black. That is how the black body concept of the black body come into the picture. So in a simple language, we can say the color of an object is not contained within the object. The color is a result of light which strikes the object and it reflected by it. तो कोई चीज ब्लू देखती है, that means इसका मतलब है कि उसने जो रिफ्लेक्ट किया है वो ब्लू वेवलेंथ में आ रहा है, लेकिन बाकी सब चीजों को वो एब्जॉर्ब कर गया है. तो हम जो रिफ्लेक्शन है वही देखते हैं, वही परसीव करते हैं. तो similarly two things we need to discuss. One is the absorbance and another is the transmittance. So the wavelength at which the maximum absorption takes place, as I told, it is called the lambda max. And if the concentration of a substance in a solution increase linearly, absorbance increases linearly, whereas transmittance decreases exponentially. And this is the only rule. If the concentration of substance in a solution increase linearly, so the absorption will increase linearly. This is only called the Beer's law. Will come later. So this picture is just showing some amount of the light will get absorbed here, and some amount of light will transmit. So come to the Beer's law. The absorption of light by a colored compound in a solution is directly proportional to the concentration of that compound in a solution. Or simply, we can say absorption is directly proportional to the concentration of the A directly proportional to C, whereas absorption is inversely proportional to transmitted. That means just not only we can say the inversely proportional to transmitted, otherwise A is equal to 1 by T होना चाहिए था, यहाँ minus log के form में. That means it is exponentially inversely proportional to transmitted. That's why it has mentioned that A is equal to minus log T. अगर log आ गया तो वो एक्सपोनेंशियली के फॉर्म में होता है, वो डायरेक्ट के फॉर्म में नहीं होता है. सॉरी. सो डायरेक्टली डायरेक्ट प्रोपोर्शन इनडायरेक्ट प्रोपोर्शन का मतलब ये होता है, सपोज समथिंग A is directly proportional to C, that means absorption, if the absorption is increased by twofold, then concentration must should be in the twofold only. But in case of the exponential proportionate, that means if it is increased by twofold, then concentration or one part must be more than twofold or less than. अगर inversely है तो less than twofold, but it is not equal, and that's why we use in mathematical form. If you want to present it, we have to write in log form. So you can see here the absorption and concentration, we have a linear relationship. Okay. And in case of the transmittance, you can see here the exponentially inversely relationship. Exponentially inverse relationship between absorption and transmittance. Second is the Lambert law. Absorption is directly proportional to the length of the light path through the solution. That means each successive layer of solution absorb a constant proportion of light entering the solution, although the absolute amount entering each layer, definitely it will diminish progressively, but you need to understand that if the length is more, that will be the more absorption. So the absorption is directly proportional to the length of the light path through the solution. So if you will combine these two laws, then we call Beer-Lambert law, where absorption is directly proportional to the concentration of solute, and absorption is also directly proportional to the length of the light path. So if you will remove this proportionate sign, then it will come like A is equal to K into C into L. L is the length, C is the molar concentration, and K is the proportionate constant. So what we call it is a E lambda, that is molar absorption coefficient, also known as the molar extinction coefficient or mass extinction coefficient. So absorption of the 1 molar solution of a substance, simply if you will take in a unit, you can see the previous slide. Suppose in mole, if suppose we are taking a 1 mole and 1 centimeter of length, then the absorption of 1 molar solution of a substance with a light path of 1 centimeter is nothing but molar absorption coefficient. So it is specific for a given substance at a given wavelength. So what are the prerequisite for the Beer-Lambert's law? तो इसके लिए कुछ प्रीरिक्विजिट है जो बियर-लैम्बर्ट्स लॉ को फॉलो करने के लिए भी होती हैं. Like incidence light ray is parallel to the monochromatic light. Monochromatic light and incidence light. So incidence light is parallel and it should be the monochromatic. Once you will pass through a monochromator, the single wavelength of light will go and it should be the parallel. The solvent absorption insignificant compared with the solute absorption, because we are interested in the solute absorption. So that so there should not be any solvent absorption. Otherwise, we will have the interference or we will not have the exact value of the solute. So definitely, in other words, you can say there should not be any reaction between the solvent and solute. Otherwise, we will also get the false result. The solute concentration is within given limit, because this Beer-Lambert's law is not valid for the higher concentration. It is only in very dilute form of whatever the sample we have, it should be in the diluted form and less concentration. Then only it will be follow the standard curve. And I will tell you what do you mean by what is the standard curve in coming slides. But it should be in the a limit. That's why that then only the Beer-Lambert's law will be valid. And a chemical reaction doesn't occur, as I told, molecular of interest जो भी है हमारा analyte of interest और solvent, उसमें कोई chemical reaction नहीं होना चाहिए, otherwise हमारा result hamper हो सकता है, and optical interference should not be there. So see, this is the absorbance value. What we are in the y-axis, we have the absorbance value, and in x-axis these are the concentration. So you can see there is a straight line. Sorry, I'm not getting my. This is a straight line where you can see at 1, 2, 3, 4 till 4 or till 3. You can see this curve. This is showing the straight line pattern, or we can say up to this 4, 3 value of 3 for the concentration. It is a linear relationship. So because of this linear relationship, we can say here up till this 3 value of the concentration, whatever in the mg per deciliter and microliter, whatever anything is just I am just mentioned for the understanding. So this up to 3 we can say this is the linear equation, and that's why the concentration is directly proportional to the absorption. That means till 3 of the concentration it follow the Beer-Lambert law, और उसके बाद ही नहीं. So this is optical interference should not be there. And I told you absorbance maximum. What is the lambda max? So in your calorimetry you have a broad spectrum like the 420 nanometers से लेके 700 तक. But किसी particular एनालाइट के ऑफ इंटरेस्ट है उसके लिए एक लैम्डा मैक्स होता है, वहां पे आपको मैक्सिमम एब्जॉर्प्शन मिलता है. तो हम उस लैम्डा मैक्स को ही सेलेक्ट करते हैं, उसी पे उसे मेजर करते हैं. व्हाई? बिकॉज सपोज इफ यू विल टेक in this case you can see this is the wavelength and this is absorbance on the y axis, whereas the wavelength on the x axis you can see approx 550 or 540 whatever. You will see the absorbance maximum absorbance or maximum OD absorbance. You can see this is what is called a lambda max. Why? What is the importance of lambda max? Because suppose you have a range of concentration. Suppose here you can see the 550 is the lambda max and 38 micromolar, which is the smallest concentration, and 152 micromolar is the highest concentration. So suppose if you measure it, this is on 510, you will not get a peak on the smaller concentration. So even a small concentration you can measure if you will measure at it lambda max. So हर compound का एक lambda max होगा, तो उस lambda max पर ही measure करेंगे so that even we will able to detect its peak on a even smaller concentration. Maximum permissible concentration पे भी हम एक peak मिल सकेगा. That's why importance of the lambda max is important. So what we discussed, calorimetry. And here in this class we will discuss calorimetry, spectrophotometry में थोड़ा difference हम करेंगे. And these are the some other parts like I told you earlier only, कि atomic absorption spectrophotometry, nephelometry and turbidometry. So this is the typical instrument of the calorimetry we will have, and you will come across when this lockdown and all these things will get over. When you do practical, then you will see this type of the instrument. This is called the calorimeter, and this is a spectrophotometer. So basically, you will perform in this instrument only. So what are the some differences? Because in then this is the important thing you should know in the instrumentation. They will ask what is the light source of colorimetry, spectrophotometry, और क्या क्या differences होते हैं. So in calorimetry, wavelength of light we use the visible range only. But in case of the spectrophotometry, a wide range like visible, UV and IR. That's why we call it the visible spectrophotometry, UV spectrophotometry, IR spectrophotometry. We classify spectrometry as per the wavelength of the light. And the light source in case of the calorimetry is the tungsten lamp, and in spectrophotometry it is deuterium lamp, laser, hydrogen lamp, monochromator. What we use a colored glass filter, used in case of the calorimetry. But in case of the spectrophotometry, we use prism or grating. It's the objective of this basically instrument is to just pass a single wavelength of light. अगर वो प्रिज्म करता है तो वो ज्यादा प्रिसाइजली करता है, ग्रेटिंग करता है वो ज्यादा थोड़ा प्रिसाइजली होता है. That's why spectrophotometer is more precise as compared to the calorimeter. So nature of sample, like only colored sample we can here use in case of calorimetry. That's why it is called calorimetry. But even colorless sample you can use in case of the spectrophotometer. And detectors, what you use, these detectors are called photoresistors. But in case of spectrophotometry, photodiode, photomultiplier tubes we can use. So calorimeter, first it is discovered by this fellow. He is Jules Lubasco. इन्होंने कन्वेंशनल ये कैलोरीमीटर बनाया था, इसे ये मेजर करते थे basically. But nowadays we have this thing, and in this part, a part of this instrument, this is the coarse adjustment, and this is fine adjustment. So what you have to do, and this is the part where you will see the optical density, and this is the wavelength. So basically this will rotate, and it will start from 420 nanometer to almost 700. And suppose particular your interest of analyte अगर उसका जो भी wavelength है like 540 है, then you have to set it on 540, and you have to take solution in a cubit. वो एक cubit होता है जो जिसका डायमीटर इसके डायमीटर के इक्वल होता है. As if you can appreciate, this is a line. Here a line is visible. Similarly, in on qubit you also have one line. So once you have your solution in that qubit, then just you have to put your qubit inside this hole, and make sure that whatever the line on the qubit, it should correspond to this line he mentioned on the calorimeter, and then you have to measure the reading. So before going to measure the reading, we have to set it as a blank. क्योंकि आप जब परफॉर्म करोगे तो उसमें 3 ट्यूब होगा, एक ब्लैंक होगा, एक टेस्ट होगा और एक स्टैंडर्ड होगा. तो वो मैं बताऊंगा कि ब्लैंक, टेस्ट और स्टैंडर्ड क्या होता है. बट पहले हम ब्लैंक को सेट कर लेते हैं. ब्लैंक से यहाँ पे बटन होता है, इसको दबाएंगे वो 0 हो जाता है और ब्लैंक इसमें रखेंगे. आफ्टर दैट वी विल डू टेस्ट, and whatever the reading we will have for the test, we will write, and we have the formula for the measurement of the concentration of the test. I'm coming to that. So these are the parts of photometer. This is the generalized photometry where we have the conventional in any photometry, whether it is the spectrophotometry, colorimetry, and nephelometry, turbidometry, या जो भी है, सब में ये पार्ट होगा. लाइक लाइट सोर्स होगा, उसके बाद से एक इंटेंसिटी होगा, मोनोक्रोमेटर होगा जो उस लाइट सोर्स को एक सिंगल वेवलेंथ में सिंगल वेवलेंथ को ही पास होने देगा और वो लाइट क्यूबेट से होके जाएगी फिर डिटेक्टर में, एंड दिस काइंड ऑफ द लाइट मैकेनिकल एनर्जी विल convert into the electrical energy in form of the optical density, और वही वैल्यू को हम कंसंट्रेशन को मेजर करने में यूज करते हैं. So when you're talking about the calorimeter, वहाँ पे टंगस्टन बल्ब हुआ, एपर्चर के थ्रू गया कंडेंसर लेंस में. यहाँ फिल्टर इज नथिंग बट द काइंड ऑफ मोनोक्रोमेटर. वहां से एक वेवलेंथ की लाइट पास हुई क्यूबिट में आई, फोटो रेसिस्टर फोटो सेल्स में गया और ये इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी में कन्वर्ट हुआ. So this is, I told you, absorption is inversely proportional to, exponentially inversely proportional to the transmittance. So the finding the concentration of a solution. Here you can appreciate as we are going towards the right side, the concentration is increasing. Okay, so I think this is the most least concentrated and this is the most concentrated. So suppose if this concentration range is falling under the Beers-Lambert's law, मतलब कि यहाँ till this concentration Beers-Lambert's law follow हो रहा है. Okay, so your voice is breaking. So is it okay now or still my voice is breaking? Might be some internet problem. अभी आवाज सही आ रही है या अभी भी ब्रेक हो रहा है? Please respond in the question session. Am I audible clearly or not? Or still voice is breaking? Okay. Lalit Kumar is telling it's okay. Okay, so I was talking about like for the Beer-Lambert's law, there should be a range of the concentration जहाँ पे वो स्टैंडर्ड कर्व फॉलो करता है और उस रेंज में लीनियर रिलेशनशिप और दैट मींस Beer-Lambert's law उसको फॉलो करता है. ठीक है. So suppose we had this concentration is higher and this is the lowest concentration. From this concentration to this concentration, there must should be a linear relationship. Okay, and that linear relationship we can see here the absorbance versus the concentration curve and see the relationship. It's a linear. Suppose we have the standard curve for a particular substance which follow the Beer-Lambert's law. So we will have a linear equation. If we are interested to know a certain absorptions at certain concentration, actually we don't have that practically we didn't do that value, but even we can find out with the help of this standard curve. So suppose this point will definitely will have some concentration. So whatever the absorptions at that point, it will give you the exact OD value. So this is the importance of the. So for this concentration, in the x-axis you can say for this concentration, the OD value or absorption must should be this because it following the Beer-Lambert's. So absorbance of a standard is directly proportional to the concentration of standard as we know, and the absorbance of the test is also directly proportional to the concentration of test. So from these two equation we can write concentration of test is equal to the absorbance of test upon absorbance of standard into concentration of standard. So I think this is a simple mathematical derivation. I hope you people are understanding. So we can write like this. So the the concept of concentration of taste is equal to absorption of taste minus absorption of blank upon absorption of standard minus absorption of blank into concentration of standard. Similarly, I have written the same thing, but I have just subtracted the blank. Why we subtracted blank? Because here blank concept of the blank come into the picture. Blank are nothing but except your interest of analyte. Most of the reagent, all reagent will be there in the blank tube also. तो ब्लैंक ट्यूब का भी अपना कुछ वैल्यू होगा एब्जॉर्बेंस का, उसमें भी कुछ कलर है, कलरिंग एजेंट हम यूज करते हैं, जैसे कि यहाँ मैंने मेंशन कर दिया है, अमोनियम मॉलिब्डेट हुआ, डाइसोडियम आर्सेनेट हुआ, दीज आर द कलरिंग एजेंट और अदर रिएजेंट व्हिच आल्सो टेक्स पार्ट इन द रिएक्शन. सो जो हमारा एनालाइट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट है उसको छोड़ के बाकी सारे रिएजेंट उसमें भी रहते हैं रिएक्शन होने के लिए, तो उनकी वजह से जो कलर आएगा उस कलर को हमें नेगेट करने के लिए हम उस टेस्ट के एब्जॉर्बेंस से ब्लैंक का जो एक पर्टिकुलर एब्जॉर्बेंस होगा उसको माइनस करते हैं. ऑल्दो कैलोरीमेट्री में हमने उसको वहीं पे जीरो कर लिया है, बट सम टाइम it not become zero and some value it is showing some value. So then that time also, that time you have what we have to do, whatever the value is showing you have to subtract that value from the absorbance of taste or absorbance of standard. तो ब्लैंक का यही कंसेप्ट है लेने का कि अगर उस पर्टिकुलर उस अदर रिएजेंट्स का, क्योंकि हम रिएजेंट्स के रिएक्शन में अदर जो रिएजेंट्स यूज किए हैं उसके रिएक्शन में इंटरेस्टेड नहीं है, हमें हमारा इंटरेस्ट ऑफ एनालाइट है वो पर्टिकुलर जो रिएक्शन कर रहा है उससे कलर चेंज हो रहा है उसमें इंटरेस्ट है. तो ब्लैंक वाला जो पार्ट होगा उसकी वजह से जितना ओडी आया होगा, जितना एब्जॉर्बेंस आया होगा उसको हम नेगेट कर देते हैं, उसको माइनस कर देते हैं. तो उसी से इस तरह से फॉर्मूला लिखा गया है. दीज आर द थिंग्स वेयर वी यूज द कलर रिएजेंट एंड ऑल. ठीक है. So these are the usually this blank will come like this. So whatever this color is, it should not be take part in the reaction. So we have to negate it, we have to subtract it from the standard as well as the test. So what is blank, standard and test? The blank solution, as I told you, all the reagent except the molecule to be measured. Okay. So blank solution is all the reagent except the molecule to be measured उसमें रहते हैं. तो whatever the colors due to the other reagents, it must should be nullified, it must should be subtracted. That's why in formula I have written like that कि जो टेस्ट है उसमें से ब्लैंक को माइनस कर दो और सिमिलरली जो स्टैंडर्ड है और स्टैंडर्ड क्या है, सॉल्यूशन विद द नोन कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ द मॉलिक्यूल टू बी मेजर्ड. ओके. Similarly, taste क्या है, the actual patient sample with unknown concentration of the molecule to be measured. So in the practicals we will provide it with the three tubes. One is the blank, another is standard, and third one is the taste. Blank का मतलब ही हुआ इसमें पहले आप जब भी मेजर करने जाओगे कैलोरीमेट्री में तो ब्लैंक उसमें रखोगे, उसमें जीरो सेट करोगे और फिर उसको अगर जीरो सेट नहीं हुआ इन केस स्टिल इट इज शोइंग सपोज 0.03 ऐसा कुछ वैल्यू आ रहा है, देन यू कैन राइट ब्लैंक 0.03, नो प्रॉब्लम. अगर जीरो नहीं, सम टाइम होता है बिकॉज ऑफ द इंस्ट्रूमेंट एंड ऑल instrument problem also we will not able to set zero. In that scenario whatever the value you are getting blank you have to just write that, okay, in your notebook. Similarly you will do for the standard and test, and whatever the value, suppose you are getting zero for the blank, then you can there is no need to do minus zero because उतना ही value होगा. अगर आपको कुछ मिला है तो उस value 0.03 मिला है तो उस value को आप standard से minus करोगे, like this formula. Concentration of taste is equal to absorbance of taste minus absorbance of blank and upon absorbance of the standard minus blank into the concentration of standard, and the concentration of standard will be provided. ये आपको दिया जाएगा, उस पर्टिकुलर प्रैक्टिकल में बताया जाता है पहले कि क्योंकि वो नोन कंसंट्रेशन है कि इतना इसका कंसंट्रेशन, जस्ट उसको मल्टीप्लाई करना है और आपके कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ टेस्ट का वैल्यू आ जाएगा. So as simple as it is. So this is all about colorimetry and spectrophotometry, as usual, telling that my voice is breaking, so I would like to take questions, because maybe okay, you can ask your questions in the question session. I am here. So objective of today class, and you should able to know what I told. What is photometry and its type? That means type में हम बात करेंगे colorimetry, spectrophotometry, okay, nephelometry and turbidometry. Atomic absorption spectrophotometry is also type of the photometry. Second thing, what you need to know, what is the difference between the colorimetry and spectrophotometry, colorimetry and its principle. Okay, okay. Please show and explain the difference between the colorimetry and spectrophotometry. Anushka Agrawal is asking. Okay, मैं वो slide आपको मैं दिखा रहा हूँ. Yes. So this is the slide. Here you can see the way. Basically, there are 4 or 5 points where you, with the help of, you can differentiate between the colorimetry and spectrophotometry. जो हम बेसिकली वेवलेंथ यूज करते हैं वो विजुअल रेंज का होता है कलोरीमेट्री में, बट इन स्पेक्ट्रोफोटोमेट्री इवन यूवी, इंफ्रारेड, यूवी और विजिबल सारे यूज कर सकते हैं. स्पेक्ट्रोफोटोमेट्री में लाइट सोर्स जो होता है वो टंगस्टन लैंप होता है in case of colorimetry, and in case of the spectrophotometry this is deuterium lamp. Usually people used to ask this question on your bench viva, so if you want to, you can take a photo of it, this slide. And for spectrophotometer is the principle is the same, but colorimeter, spectrophotometer is the both for the which follow the Weier's-Lammer's law only. But it is for spectrophotometer is more sensitive and covered a broad range of the wavelength. As I told you, na, visible hai, UV hai, IR bhi hai. So there are light source that emit light in the ultraviolet, visible and infrared region also. And wavelength is selected using a prism. इसमें हम prism use कर सकते हैं, grating use कर सकते हैं, so that we can have the narrow bandwidth. We can have the narrow bandwidth as compared to the colorimetry. So if you're using a prism as a to narrow the bandwidth, then we call it is the prism spectrophotometer. Similarly, grating spectrophotometer. And what we are using the ELISA reader. It's a kind of the spectrophotometer only. ELISA stand for enzyme link immunosorbent assay, and the ELISA reader or microplate reader is a modification of the spectrophotometer only. Okay, in that scenario, even you can do quantification up to 96 सैंपल, बिकॉज उस एलाइजा प्लेट में 96 वेल होते हैं, तो उतने सैंपल कर सकते हो, तो उसकी थ्रूपुट बढ़ जाता है. ओके, प्लीज टाइप ऑफ, सर प्लीज शो टाइप ऑफ फोटोमेट्री. टाइप ऑफ फोटोमेट्री मैंने जस्ट मेंशन करा था, आप बस नाम ही आपको बताना है. दैट इज कलोरीमेट्री, स्पेक्ट्रोफोटोमेट्री and atomic absorption spectrophotometry, nephelometry, turbidometry. That's it. Anything else you want to know? This much is more than sufficient for you. Otherwise, I have to end this session. Yes, you can write. Anushka is asking, sir, do we have to write this practical in the file? Yes, you can write the same thing. What I told you, where you must should mention like photometry and its type, colorimetry principle, बियर लंबर्ट्स लॉ पक्का उसमें बताना है, और वो ग्राफ भी बताना है कैसे वो डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल है, एब्जॉर्प्शन की कंसंट्रेशन डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल है, ट्रांसमिशन की इनवर्सली एक्सपोनेंशियली इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल है, डिफरेंस क्या होता है कैलोरीमेट्री स्पेक्ट्रोफोटोमेट्री में, ब्लैंक क्या है, स्टैंडर्ड क्या है, टेस्ट ओके Amisa is asking about the blank. I told this is the slide where you can easily differentiate between the blank and text. See, blank all the reagent except the molecule to be measured. ब्लैंक में सारे रिएजेंट होते हैं जो आपका टेस्ट होता है, और ब्लैंक में कोई डिफरेंस नहीं है एक्सेप्ट मॉलिक्यूल जो हमें मेजर करना है वो नहीं रहता. And why it is important? Because suppose you are getting any reaction among the reagent, and even you will have that because of that reagent, other reagent also will have some color also. So that color is not actually, you are not interested in that color na, so you have to negate that color, you have to minus that color. इसलिए किसी experiment में blank लेते हैं so that you can compare. और स्टैंडर्ड पता ही वो नोन कंसंट्रेशन है, वो आपको प्रोवाइडेड रहेगा उसका कंसंट्रेशन, सो दैट यू कैन मल्टीप्लाई विद द मल्टीप्लिकेशन फैक्टर. तो सॉल्यूशन विद द नोन कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल टू बी मेजर्ड, ये प्रोवाइडेड रहता है. और टेस्ट क्या हुआ, उसमें आपने वही मॉलिक्यूल जो इंटरेस्ट है और अलोंग विद द ऑल रिएजेंट आप डाले हैं, दैट इज द एक्चुअल पेशेंट सैंपल विद अननोन कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ द. ओके, reflect blue the most. Lambda max is the wavelength at which the maximum absorption occurs, is called the lambda. Why it is significant? Suppose आप एक concentration ले रहे हो, वो एक बियर लंबर्स लॉ फॉलो करने के लिए कि एक रेंज ऑफ कंसंट्रेशन होता है जो कि एक लीनियर रिलेशनशिप को शो करता है एब्जॉर्बेंस और कंसंट्रेशन के बीच में. लीनियर कब होता है, जैसे कि दो एब्जॉर्बेंस है, एक उसका कंसंट्रेशन है, तीन कंसंट्रेशन हुआ, उसी तरह उसका चार जो भी है एब्जॉर्बेंस हुआ, तो इट इज ए लीनियर रिलेशनशिप. सपोज इन दैट रेंज if you will not take the lambda max means what, वहां पे एब्जॉर्बेंस मैक्सिमम होगा, तो इवन द स्मॉल अमाउंट विल बी देयर ना, सो इट विल शो पीक. पीक मींस व्हाट, एब्जॉर्बेंस वहां पे दिखाई देगा, ऑप्टिकल डेंसिटी वहां पे उसका वैल्यू आएगा. इफ इट विल वेरी लेस, सपोज लोअर साइड है उसका वैल्यू जो भी है कंसंट्रेशन का, एंड आप लेमडा मैक्स नहीं ले रहे हो, लेमडा मैक्स उसका 550 है, आप ले रहे हो 510, then you will not get that peak or absorbance, and if you will not to appreciate the absorbance on the graph, that's why we have to go, even if you want to get information in a small concentration, you have to go for the lambda max. if concentration is proportional to the absorption, so more concentration, more absorption, obvious. But up to a range, it doesn't mean it will follow the high concentration. This is not for the high concentration. Beer-Lambert's law is for certain range of the concentration. It doesn't mean कि आप 5 ग्राम किसी चीज का ले लिए तो फॉलो कर रहे हैं, नो, ये हार्डली ग्राम में ये फॉलो होता है, और हर कंपाउंड का एक रेंज है कि 1 to 5 मिलीग्राम में है अगर कंसंट्रेशन, देन वी कैन go for the Beer-Lambert's law, otherwise it will not follow Beer-Lambert's law. इसका मतलब ये हुआ most concentration, most lightly colored. Most concentration. Sir, please explain the working type of the photometry slides in right spelling. Okay. Spelling. This is the slide. You can write if you have confusion in the spelling. These are the 5 things we need to know, and basically you have to do with the colorimetry only. आपको ये सब spectrophotometry, nephotometry, turbidometry करना है. Okay, we'll end at the end the session, and if you still have any problem, you can message me.